Hi, I am Joseph Ezra Bianzin. Today I'll be talking about the history of basketball. James Naismith, a Canadian-American physical educator and innovator, invented the game of basketball in Springfield, Massachusetts in 1891 to keep his students active during the winter. The game was an immediate success, and the original American sport spread instantly to other colleges and YMCA's. James Naismith was a 31-year-old graduate student teaching physical education at the International YMCA Training School, now known as Springfield College in Springfield, Massachusetts, when students were forced to stay indoors for days due to a New England storm. The usual winter athletic activities were marching, calisthenics, and apparatus work, but they weren't nearly as thrilling as football or lacrosse, which were played during the warmer seasons. Naismith approached his school janitor, hoping he could find two square boxes to use for goals. When the janitor came back from this search, he had two peach baskets instead. Naismith nailed the peach baskets to the lower rail of the gymnasium balcony, one on each side. The height of that lower balcony rail happened to be 10 feet. The students would play on teams to try to get the ball into their teams. A person was stationed at each of the balcony to retrieve the ball from the basket and put it back into play. So this is a quick overview of the history of basketball. Thank you for watching.
Hello everyone, so this is the rules in mechanics in playing basketball. So we have three rules: the offensive, the defensive, and lastly is the rules that applies for every player. The first rule in offensive, the player must bounce or dribble the ball with one hand while moving both feet. If at any time both hands touch the ball or the player stops dribbling, the player must only move one foot. The foot that is stationary is called the pivot foot. The next rule is the defensive rule. So we have only one rule in the defensive rule, which is the main rule for the defensive player is not to foul. So since the other team is defending, so it is important to avoid fouls because this is a violation. And lastly is the rules for everyone. So although the foul rule is described above the defensive rule, it applies exactly the same to all players on the court, including offensive players.
Hello everyone, I am John Michael Remo and I am here to explain to you the basic skills of basketball along with my group mates. The first basic skill I would like to explain would be dribbling. Dribbling is one of the basic skills in basketball in which it is used to help move an individual player to one place to another by themselves by means of controlling the ball by tapping it or throwing it against the floor to let it bounce. The second skill I would introduce would be passing. Passing is also a type of means of moving the ball in one place to another, but unlike dribbling, which is done by an individual, passing is a means of moving with the help of another. Passing is a skill which moves the ball to one place to another by means of throwing it to a direction of another person who receives it and therefore completes the skill of passing. The last basic skill I would like to introduce would be shooting. Shooting is the most important basic skill of basketball that needs to be understood because it is where a person or a player makes a contribution by giving a point to their team.
Numerous physical and mental benefits result from playing basketball. It is highly effective in promoting the cardiovascular health. A healthy heart diminishes risk of heart disease later in one's life. It is high physical demand and burning calories are reducing body fat in its players. It also strengthens the bone due to the constant friction of the muscles against them. It improves the immune system of the body and is effective in increasing player self-esteem. And lastly, basketball throws light on the game's health benefits as well as how it helps to shape the entire personality of a player.
Hi, my name is Jurish. For today's video, let's talk about what each basketball referee's hand signs or hand signal means. First, let's talk about fouls and violations. So, fouls and violations are two types of basketball rules infractions. So, first, let's talk about violation signals. Examples of violation signals is first one is traveling. Traveling or walking means the ball handler takes too many steps without dribbling the basketball. The referee will blow the whistle and call a traveling violation. Technical foul. Technical fouls are also called on a player who are fighting on the court. To signal a technical foul, the referee simply makes a T with his hands, similar to a timeout signal. When a technical foul is called, the opposing team gets awarded with one free throw. I think that is all. Thank you for listening and goodbye.
Open up to me, don't give up so easily.